put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It is Thursday, 29th February 2024. Yes, it is Leap Day. Yes, this is one of those years where we get an extra day in our year, 29th February 2024. And we want to welcome you to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. And this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I am Adana Kambi, and I'll be taking you through our program this morning. But before we begin, of course, we're going to head on over to News in 90 Seconds with Biana.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Thursday, February 29, 2024. Fisher folk, vendors and shop owners affected by the Tobago oil spill will receive grocery vouchers at Shaw Park Food Hub starting on March 1st. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine announced this relief effort, stating that 110 businessmen, which includes fishermen from Lambo and Scarborough, are experiencing disruption in their income. The decision was made following Tuesday's meeting with affected individuals. More assistance will be offered. However, Augustine stated that it is an attempt to sustain the business community in the interim while the search continues for the persons or entities responsible for the oil spill. Up next, meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said the oil spill is attracting regional attention. He reported the spill, its damage to the environment and the impact on Tobago's economy were discussed at the recently concluded Heads of CARICOM conference in Guyana. While the whereabouts of Solo Cree, the vessel believed to be towing the Gulf Stream barge before its capsize, remain unknown, Dr. Rowley claimed to have received information that the cargo was heading to Guyana. He, however, clarified that Guyana has no liability for lost cargo on the high seas. The focus is now identifying the entity responsible for transporting the cargo and determine any existing liabilities. And finally, the Movement for Social Justice strongly opposes the proposed electricity rate hike by the Regulated Industries Commission. MSJ's leader, David Abdullah, suggested an alternative integrating power generation into the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, saving $250 million annually. Abdullah warns the increase will be burden the working class and vows to collect physical signatures for their Don't Leave Us in the Dark petition. He criticizes Minister Marvin Gonzalez and deems the property tax for residential home unfair, advocating for taxing multi-million-dollar commercial properties instead. MSJ plans to regroup on March 4th. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Biana, for that. Our news in 90 seconds. Of course, we're hearing about increase in electricity rates. And of course, every time we hear about an increase, it of course causes us to have concern, especially the working class, as it mentioned, they're being, affected by that increase. Necessary as it might be, of course, we're going to continue to have conversations around these things because it affects each and every one of us. All right, we're going to acknowledge a birthday today. We're going to head on over to our birthday segment. This birthday was celebrated yesterday, I believe. It's Rhoda Barath celebrating a birthday yesterday. A belated birthday shout out coming to you from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television. We do hope that you had a wonderful birthday and you continue to celebrate throughout the entire week. Happy birthday to you. And as you know, it's leap year. Yes, it is leap year, leap day. And so we were combing through to find birthdays for today, but seeing as we have no additional birthdays, let's talk about a few leap day traditions around the world. In ancient Irish tradition states that on leap day, brides in waiting can actually propose to their fiancés to be So if you are a bride, a female dating a guy, and he's taking a little while because these guys sometimes take some time to make their minds up. It is socially acceptable on leap day to propose to your boyfriend, to your guy friend. So for all you ladies out there who are interested, today is your day. Today is your day to do that. I don't know if he will accept because, men like to take the forward, but it's up to you. If you have that type of feeling and that urge and desire, you can go ahead. It's socially acceptable for today only. It only happens once every 4 years. So today it's socially acceptable for females to propose to their male partners. However, on the flip side, in Greece, a Greek ancient tradition is that it is such terrible luck to get married in a leap year. Yeah. So you see there the flip side of that being bad luck to be married in a leap year. So many different countries and regions have so many different traditions, but those are the two I pulled out for you this morning, just in case you wanted to get some information on leap day traditions around the world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say good morning, a special good morning to all our viewers who are online, who are viewing us at Amplia 102, who are viewing us on our Facebook live stream and our YouTube live stream. I want to say good morning to you, J-Cell Boris Vincent. Good morning to you, Renrick Job, Julia Brown, Marilyn Spence. Good morning to you, Lisa James. I know you are listening there on the outside. Good morning to my parents, Sharon and Jerry Cumby. Good morning to all of you. Robert McKenzie, my friend, viewing there on our YouTube channel. Good morning, wherever you are from, Trinidad, Tobago, around the region and internationally in the United States, Canada, even Africa. We want to say good morning to you and thank you so much for choosing the morning show on Tobago Updates Television and making us the #1 morning show in Trinidad and Tobago. You might be wondering, who are we speaking with today? What conversations are we having in studio? Well, I'll let you know. We start off our conversations this morning with Dr. Andrew Danu. He is the president of the Diabetes Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and we're talking about regulate fast foods, the fight against diabetes. We're having a very important conversation this morning. We're going to talk about a little bit of the statistics where diabetes is concerned in our country. And then we have conversations with Misha Trim. She's the marketing chairman on the board of directors for Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Industry, THDI. And we're talking about the Miami Study Tour update. We also speak with Celia Wilson, the second-year culinary student at the THDI. And we're talking about the community caravan in the East today. And we round our conversations up with Mr. Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith is the owner and designer of Precision Cut Tailoring. And we're talking about his tailoring course, Cycle 2, happening very, very soon. So that is how the conversations are going to look like for you today as we continue with the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. But we're going to go for a short break before we start having these discussions. And as we go, we invite you to share the live. We'll be back.
Making Style Tobago. On Sunday, March 3rd, the Shore Park Cultural Complex will be transformed into an exotic oasis of glamour, beauty, and Caribbean high fashion as Coco Velvet International presents the grand finale. Miss Tobago 2024 Beauty Pageant. 9 delegates representing Speyside, Charlottesville, Golden Lane, Mount Grace, Newgrange, Patience Hill, Bonaccord, Moriah, and Plymouth will compete for the title Miss Tobago 2024 and earn the right to represent Tobago at the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP section $100 on sale now at the following ticket outlets: the box office at Shore Park Complex, the front desk at Comfort Inn and Suites, Ted Arthur Leather Collection at James Park, Scarborough. Making Style Tobago an evening of Caribbean high fashion, beauty, and glamour, presented courtesy the Tobago House of Assembly, Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport, Tobago Updates Television, Comfort Inn and Suites, Viola's, Tobago Library Services, Tobago Cosmetics, Let's Shine Limited, Penny Savers, Tobago Bloom Garden Center, I for Design Flower Shop, and the Office of the Prime Minister's Sport and Culture Fund. Visit the Facebook event page, Making Style 2014, to view the delegates' portfolios and call Making Style Tobago hotline for more info at 620-2316.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us. We are going to head on straight on into our first interview this morning. We're speaking with Dr. Andrew Danu, the president of the Diabetes Association of Trinidad and Tobago, and we're talking about regulating fast foods in the fight against diabetes. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, and welcome. And of course, I'm saying welcome. Thank you so much for having me, and good morning to Tobago and Trinidad.
Right. So we're talking about regulating the regulation of fast foods. We're talking about like the advertising, the marketing, and the promoting of this specifically in schools. I know that's a major concern. I know that a survey was done. I know information was gathered, and we're looking at how much fast food is consumed, especially by the young persons between that impressionable age in our society, and of course the spike in diabetes, and them being the population that really carries that disease. And so we want to address this situation. Where can we regulate? How do we regulate? And what do we do? What do we put in place? So let's start having that conversation this morning.
Yeah, and thanks very much for bringing that up. And of course, this conversation has been sparked by the minister's comments earlier this week at the UHealth Expo, where he actually called out some of the brands which have been infiltrating our school systems and, of course, our society for the last few decades, actually. So what we really need to understand, first of all, is that the conversation on these foods is not just at a personal level, because I'm hearing, I think a lot of persons from throughout the country have been talking about this for the last few days, and that they're talking about, what they can do at a personal level, making healthier choices, making choices to not consume some of the fast foods, the healthier options. But there's also a responsibility on government and policy makers in that these choices are important and will be facilitated by the environment. Now, when we talk about the environment, we talk about things that can be done and things that can be changed to regulate the fast food industry or regulate ultra processed food production. So the thing is that if it is that we have these regulations, if it is that we have these regulations in place, then we can be able to allow people to make better choices, allow people to be able to do better. And some of the things that we've been talking about, and I mean, one of the things people have picked up more in the last few days is taxation, which is really one of the things which has been done to persuade people to, of course, not consume unhealthier foods. So it's not just about taxation. It's about marketing to children. It's about marketing unhealthy foods to children. It's about proper labeling, and front of package labeling is important. It's about providing healthier foods and making them accessible and cheaper and available for persons to consume and persons to provide for their families.
Now, I also know that the minister mentioned that there is no conversation right now in terms of regulating the marketing of fast foods. and also that in the fast food, I also know that the fast food industry is a multi-million-dollar industry. The minister even spoke about this industry providing jobs for persons and also bringing in income as they too pay their taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, what are the repercussions? Because the more you market, the reason you go into business is to make money. The reason you sell an item is to make money. So if we're talking now about regulating the advertising, this talks about your profit margin now being impacted because now you want to market it less, which means your sales will decrease. So I'm looking at it from that angle, and I'm thinking that there's a heavy price to pay, because the more aggressive your marketing is, of course, is the more your consumers will consume, and of course we end up with the end result of the diabetes spike increasing because we're consuming more. So I would like to see where the conversation, if there is any at all, for the actual regulation of this, and also not just that, providing alternative choices. I think. Is there any conversation in terms of a public education or awareness or any sort of initiative where we go back to teaching people how to feed themselves? Because this is one of the very important things as well. We need to learn how to teach ourselves, how to feed ourselves from our home gardens, school gardens. These are some of the policies that we need to implement in our schools, in our homes, that we can manufacture our own foods rather than relying on, as I know, fast foods are very convenient and they might be cheaper, but there are things that we need to do as well. What is your take on that, and what is your recommendations for people to start feeding themselves?
Yeah. So I want to start with the first point that you make about profits. So we need to consider people over profits, and this is a campaign that has been or has been happening across the Caribbean, led by the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, which is you're considering profits, and of course these companies are considering profits, but in making these profits, and we just saw one of the largest fast food conglomerates or really distributors in Trinidad and Tobago announcing that they've made their historic ever profit in the history of their being in the country, and so they're making so much profit, meaning that of course persons are purchasing, and purchasers are purchasing to the detriment of their health. Now, I started off the conversation talking about persons having responsibility and being able or should be able to make their own choices. Now, that's more difficult than said, because the thing is that there are many other factors that are going to play a role in whether or not you're able to make some of these choices, whether or not you're able to purchase some of these things, whether or not you have the time to be able to prepare the meals that you're supposed to prepare. So there are lots of factors we need to consider. And this is why policies at higher levels which facilitate this or facilitate healthier environments are important. Now, the thing is that if it is that we are saying, okay, we want people to eat healthier, we want people to make healthier choices and buy healthier foods and so on. Now, we've been saying this for the last, however, decades that we and this is an issue that of course we have, and it's difficult to change some of the mindsets of persons who've been doing this for a very long time. But if it is that we now provide enabling environments for them, so for example, we are now and this again, this is one of the things that the Minister of Health was talking about last year, and he did meet all of the major fast food industry heads, and he suggested to them that, have healthier versions. So when people go to reach for the fast food, they're not just reaching for food or the health benefits of the food. Now, when we talk about fast food, it's in the name. It's about convenience. And if you make healthier food convenient and of course maintain a good price within people could reach it, then we could be able to extend it more to persons and allow them to be able to purchase more of this.
You really mentioned something there that's very important. It's all about the taste. And the thing is, it's a cultural thing. You said that in Trinidad and Tobago, in our homes, we are accustomed to, doing things a certain way. So it really has to impact our cultural choices and how we were cultured in terms of food and how we consume food. We look for specific taste. Providing healthy alternatives might not be the easiest. It might not have an immediate impact because people are still going after that taste. Imagine walking into a famous fast food chain and asking, oh, may I have a salad, please? You'd probably go to a salad bar for that. You wouldn't want to go there for that. So it kind of really is about changing the culture, and changing the culture will stem from educating our people and exposing them to the benefits of healthy eating. And I want to add this there: the media and advertising plays a very, very pivotal role in the way it highly
huge.
influences our decisions. So I believe all stakeholders have to come on board for this particular issue to ensure that we do this public education rollout for people to see the actual effects and the impacts that consuming these types of food have on our society, killing out our society. The younger ones are terribly affected by this disease. So I'm thinking that maybe collaboration should happen, public education, and a change in the culture of the way we consume and prepare our meals. What is your take on that?
Yes. So I wanted to hit that point that you spoke about in terms of the media and advertising and marketing. Now, this is one of the ways, and of course the minister did mention this on Monday, in that the marketing budgets for some of these industries around the world are huge. And the thing is that anywhere you go in Trinidad or Tobago, you will be seeing these billboards of these fast foods advertising. Any newspaper you open, I guarantee you there'll be at least one full page ad for some fast food restaurant. Anytime you turn on the television or turn on the radio, you might be hearing these things. And these advertising are not just targeted at adults, but also targeted at children. So here's where you have soft drink companies sponsoring football teams at schools, and you have chicken and chips companies giving away SEA kits before exams, or you have a franchise when we have a flood in Trinidad and Tobago, or you have some natural disaster stepping in, and I'm saying, oh, look at the Good Samaritans. But they are getting marketing out of that. They're getting brand allegiance because of that. And they know that because they do that, people are now going to say, oh, because they provided for me in my time of need, which may just be worth $25 giving you a box or something, you are now more loyal to them, and you're going to purchase hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I mean, it's marketing tactics. It's just marketing to them. So we really need to we have started the conversation, and I'm hoping that, the minister and the ministry isn't ready at this point in time to regulate, but we do need to engage and have regulation of these products, because here's what, you cannot target these highly sugar sweetened beverages or snacks to children. In many countries, many more developed countries than Trinidad and Tobago, we have regulations. For example, you can't have a cartoon character in a cereal box, because of course that's going to encourage children to eat high sugar cereals in the morning. You can't advertise during the time children may watch cartoons during the day. You can't advertise some fast foods. You can't have certain ultra processed foods in schools. And this is the norm in some more developed societies around the world. And here's where we have to move towards. Another tactic that we've spoken about, so besides the marketing, another tactic is about labeling, about being able to identify what foods are high in sugar and high in salt, and so on. So front of package labeling is very important, because most persons don't turn around the package at the back. So here's where we need, again, to build this enabling environment for persons to be able to easily make better choices and to make sustainable choices as well.
And also, when we're talking about labeling, teaching our young people how to read the labels as well. I think that for me, the primary thing here is education. We need to start the education from as early as possible. I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning and for bringing some awareness to this topic and for having this conversation. And I want to see where the conversation goes with our stakeholders and our policymakers as they work towards regulating the consumption of unhealthy foods. Because, sometimes you want a little cheat meal, which I'm okay with, but we can't continue to make it a part of our daily consumption, because it is, of course, destroying our nation. So thank you so much for bringing light to this, and all the best in the fight against diabetes, all the best as you continue conversations with our stakeholders and policymakers to implement the right policies to help us to be a healthier Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue conversations in our studio with our guests, but before we do, we have to go for a short break. And as we go to this break, of course, we are going to invite you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be back.
rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can't beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
From Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Strawberry Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It's now 7:26 a.m. and of course, if you're getting to work for 8 a.m., you still have a little time. Remember to drive safely on the nation's roads as you get to work and drop the children off to school. Okay, we continue conversations, and in studio we have with us Miss Misha Trim. She's the marketing chairman and the board of directors of the THTI, Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Industry, and Miss Celia Wilson, a second-year culinary student at the THTI. And we're talking about 2 topics: the Miami study tour, bringing an update for us this morning, as well as a community caravan taking place on the east side. So good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Yes, and I'm looking at you guys, and you are so beautiful. You know, and one thing I always do, take every opportunity is to commend beauty, commend excellence, and commend any type of progress or achievement that we make. So I must say, you are very beautiful, and I'm so happy to be sitting next to you guys. Right, so let's get into the conversation this morning. We're talking about the Miami study tour. Tell us a little bit about it, how many students we have out there, and what sort of engagements they're getting into as they're out there.
Oh, actually, it's just concluded. We're just back fresh off.
Right, okay.
Our 6-day experience. It was absolutely amazing and a wonderful opportunity for the students. They volunteered at the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. It's a yearly festival put on by the Florida International University, Chaplin School of Hospitality and Tourism Management. So it was really an experience. They went out there to really see what it's like to put on a festival, to volunteer and to work next to chefs in big names in the industry and really put their hand in it, so to speak. So it was really part of the experiential learning process. And good morning, a special good morning to the lecturers that accompanied us on this tour. This team was led by lecturer Chef Sonia Phillips, and we had Miss Diane James and Chef Lovelace on board as well. And I would let Celia give you the information as to how they went about this actual tour. She was probably part of the planning process. She knew some of what was going on, but actually being in it and enjoying the South Beach Wine and Food Festival only from a student's perspective right now.
It was a very well coordinated and informative trip. We visited universities, so St. Thomas University, Florida International University, where we learned about their programs, internships, stuff like that. We got a tour of the schools in case we were interested. We also, the main purpose of visiting the trip to attend the Miami South Beach Wine and Food Festival, where we work with chefs. We got to experience, a little bit how they do things, their culture, their food. It really was a great experience. We also visited the Trinidad and Tobago consulate, and they were very happy to see us because, we brought Trinidad there to Miami. So it really was a great experience. We worked with chefs. We got to meet chefs as well. We got to meet Chef Rush, Chef Bobby Flay. We got to meet Joshua Westman. It was very well coordinated.
So to the uneducated person with the names of these chefs that you're calling, I'm smiling and nodding because I'm thinking they must be popular chefs. So because I'm not in that industry, I don't know who they are. But I'm very happy that you were able to have that experience and to meet with these people and to engage, because the exposure really is important for your development as well as you pursue that to see the opportunities that are out there. On average, how many students went on the tour?
18.
18
students.
Right. And of course, you all met other students who are also volunteering. And what was the actual experience like in terms of the volunteering aspect for the festival? What was it like?
It was great to network and interact with other students, see a little bit of how they do things. And a lot of people, they didn't know about Tobago. So it was great that we got to share with them, how our culture, our food, how we do things a little bit. It was great networking with them.
So it's kind of like taking some sunshine into the sunshine, because Florida is sunshine, but we took Tobago sunshine into Florida.
Yeah, we exchanged.
That's right. And in terms of the pace, because I know the cultural differences, but we kind of similar because we have that kind of Caribbean link in Florida, especially South Florida. What was did you see any striking cultural differences in the way they operate?
I would say it was very diverse. There are a lot of cultures, a lot. So it's very hard to link it back to the Caribbean in one way because of its diversity.
This is you guys here in action on screen. If you look on screen, guys, you'll see our students here. Really, I'd say, look at them. This is a proud moment for Tobago. I want to say congratulations to you guys. Look at our THDI students. I'm happy that you had this experience, and how does it make you feel now being a part of it? I mean, in terms of the excitement, but in terms of your foresight for your future in this industry, how does it make you feel in terms of your confidence and stuff like that?
I feel great, really, really great. It made me know that it made me realize that I shouldn't be comfortable here. There's a lot more, and we need to make Tobago known. And we could have that exchange. We could bring stuff and we could help each other out.
Awesome. And I like the perspective that you brought there by saying that we could make Tobago known, because Tobago is so diverse with culture and food. We are where our food is concerned, we are very cultural with our food. We're very rich. We had a conversation before with Dr. Dan when we were talking about our food and the culture behind our food. And it's something that I really wish that we could spread abroad, not just Florida, but I'm hoping that THDI has more opportunities like this, and that more opportunities are created for us to take our food out there, so people could know who we are, where that particular thing is concerned. And for that matter, any guests we have that comes from outside to our studio, I always ask them, what did you eat?
Yes.
Where did you go for food? Because our food speaks to our culture. All right, so we're talking now about a caravan that is taking place on the east side. I believe it's today.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the caravan. When does it start, the target audience and stuff like that?
Right. Just to go back a little bit, one of the reasons that we had a presence there, that's from the board of directors perspective, is because we actually signed at an agreement with the St. Thomas University there, and also we're going to reinvigorate one that we had with Florida International University to facilitate exchanges in terms of programs. So you're going to see a lot more of THDI. You're going to see these exchanges that are really crucial and vital to the continuance of Tobago's Hospitality Institute. And we want to say thank you again to Mr. Peters. He was very instrumental in bringing, he's an alumni of THDI, and he was very instrumental in bringing this actual articulation into fruition, and we look forward. And obviously when that time comes and we actually have students exchanging, we will come again to inform you of the work that we have laid the foundation for and in moving forward. But we're here to talk caravan, and today is the second installation of the THDI's caravan. We're starting in Hope and we're going all the way up to Goodwood, and we did one before earlier in February in Bethesda, Plymouth. And again, it's just to let the people of Tobago know that THGI is open for business. We are accepting students. We have, it's an enrollment drive, recruitment drive. We have 4 areas of studies in terms of our associate degree programs, and we do have short courses running throughout. As a matter of fact, tomorrow or today, I think, is the start of a next installation of our tour guiding course. So we are open, and we want people to know, we really need people to understand that tourism is our business, and well-trained tourism entrepreneurs is also part of the process. And we're not just a culinary school. We really want to have people know that we actually in hospitality studies. We want people to know all the programs. So thgi.edu is our website, and you can actually go on and you'll find us on all our social media, like we were saying before.
Yes.
We have Instagram. We'll see us more often on TikTok. We're really trying to reach the students where they are, the prospective students where they are. And we say, come on out this evening to be part of the caravan, to learn more about what we have to offer, and to receive gifts and memorabilia from Tobago's Hospitality and Institute.
And you see, the thing about it too is that it provides so many opportunities. It's not just about learning a specific thing. It exposes you to so many other opportunities. If you join one of these courses, you might end up in Miami. Because you have to go, you never know. You have to go to a festival to participate in an exchange program. And so the very important thing here is about the hospitality, the building customer service, strong customer service, and knowing how to treat our guests. And even in our very homes, we can practice the things that we learn. As you said, it's not just about culinary, it's about hospitality. So I want to take this opportunity to encourage our viewers, so those of you who are still trying to make a decision in terms of what do you want to do. This is an option, a viable option that you can consider. The caravan starts at what time does it start?
4 p.m. and goes on till 6 p.m. this evening.
Right. So I really want to encourage you to be a part of this. I really strongly believe that, once we continue to develop our tourism products, there ain't no stopping us.
Yes.
Because we do have a strong culture, and what we need to know is how do we manage and package and, distribute what we already have. So I want to commend.
And that's what we are here for.
That's right. And I really want to commend this effort, actually, because I can see that once we get to where we want to go to, there really is no stopping us, because we do have a beautiful product. And tell us some of the areas you mentioned. It's not just culinary, it's hospitality. So tell us some of the areas. I know you said there are 4 specific areas.
There is hospitality studies, food and beverage operations, culinary arts, and tourism studies.
Right. So it's not just the culinary, it's the 4 different areas that you can be exposed. And how long are the courses? I know you said associate degrees.
It's 2 years, full-time, part-time, 3 years.
Right. Awesome. And how do you access more information apart from the website? You can call,
Yes. We do have our website, like I said, it's readily available. We have 24-hour access, of course, and then you can call the Institute. I think it's 660-2196 for information. Very soon you may see us opening our doors for actual tours of the campus, because we really want to get into the community and interact, because we feel as if for some time people have not realized that we are the only culinary and tourism institution in Trinidad and Tobago with one of the best production kitchens throughout the Caribbean. So we are very proud of that, and we'd like everyone to know we really want to go into the schools as well to offer it as a career option, so that parents are aware and students are aware that right here, you can start the process here, but you also have internships all over the world. We have students in Switzerland and Dubai, all up the Caribbean. So, the sky is the limit, and tourism really takes you places. I know students right now, they're looking, as Sela said, she's ending her 2 years this year, and she's looking to go to Switzerland to end up doing her internship, and she's looking forward to that. We're looking forward to see great things from her as well.
Awesome. I really love this. And what are the criteria to apply, or what is the application process? And also, very important, is there an age limit to participate in any of the programs?
No, there isn't. And the thing is, we'll bring on student advisory services to give you all the information, but all that information is also readily available on the website. We are gate funded as well. We are accredited, so your degree can stand up anywhere in the world. We just recently had our graduation, and it speaks to the type of relationships we've developed, because the feature and main speaker at the graduation was our Sanders recruitment agent. And so the students, they're really well poised in the industry. On the Miami study tour, we had 6 students receiving job offers on the spot. And again, it speaks to the type of work we are putting in at the Institute and the type of students that we are churning out. And we're very, very proud of Sela and her.
As am I. I too am very proud. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm sensing your pride, and I'm feeling it as well. And what sort of encouragement, Celia, would you like to give to somebody who is considering a career in this industry or to attending the THDI?
I would say just go for it. Get up, go on the website, immediately do some research and get into it. And you may start a course and you may realize, that's not your path. Don't give up. Go again, go on the website, do something else. We offer a lot of programs. So keep trying until you find what you really want to do or what speaks to you, your passion.
And don't forget, we have short courses as well in a number of areas, from bar management to housekeeping, because we know micro-credentialing is really the way that most people are going, especially if you do not have the wherewithal to actually sit for a 2-year program. You can upskill. You're already working in the industry and you need to be certified. We ask you to come in. Our doors are open for short courses, bird watching, tour guiding, bar management, you name it. And it's all on the website. Again, www.thdi.edu. Come on, Tobago, get on board. We're here.
And I am here. I'm going to endorse that fully. Come on, Tobago, get on board. There's an opportunity here for you. You never know where this opportunity can take you. As just to give a little taste of what has happened this morning, this conversation, you can see where it can take you. As far as Switzerland, the world is your oyster when you have a career in this industry. When you have this type of exposure, the networking alone will propel you to do to be on so many different experiences. So I want to encourage you guys. THDI is coming in your community today. Today the caravan starts today from 4 to 6 p.m. They do a recruitment drive for students to participate in their programs. It's gate funded. So,
as well as data funded under the Division of Education.
That's right. So let us come on board and let us participate. Find out whatever area. If you, as Misha said, if you can't sit for a 2-year program, there are short courses. You can upscale. You can learn something that is going to be of benefit to you in the future. Is there anything you want to say in closing, ladies?
Thank you for having us.
And come on out to that caravan.
Yes.
Come on out to that caravan this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for coming on this morning and for giving us that information. And of course, for making me feel so excited about this industry. I saw your video on TikTok yesterday, as I mentioned earlier, and I was very excited because I saw one of my young people there. Yes, in South Beach, they're having that experience, international experience. So the world is your oyster. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming on our set this morning. Okay, viewers, we are going to go for a short break because we have to continue conversations in studio with our guest. But before we go, are you guys going to join me as we say, share the life, share the life, share the life. We'll be back.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer Makal Group.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive collection, now exclusively available at Standard.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Torbay Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs, carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
Now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. Thank you for staying with us. I am Adana Kombi. And let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I am a communications consultant and I do assist my clients in improve their communication skills by teaching them key tools and key skills in speaking and presenting themselves well. Speaking about that, there is an upcoming workshop that's taking place this afternoon. It's called Frequently Misused Words and Phrases. What they actually mean and how to use them correctly. How many times, how often have you heard people on public platforms or even in your personal conversations with your friends, you'd hear people using terms, phrases, words that are so incorrect that sometimes it irks you. There are a few popular ones, and I think I mentioned some of them yesterday, that we use, that we hear being thrown around in the atmosphere, and we're going to address some of them in that workshop this afternoon and explain when you use them what they actually mean. So they actually mean the opposite of what you're trying to say, and how to use them appropriately to make your communication more effective, more impactful, and for your audience to understand what you are saying. One of them is pleasant good morning. Is the morning good or is it pleasant? They both kind of have the same meaning. So you choose one. You either say good morning or you say pleasant morning. When we introduce this show, we say good morning and welcome to the morning show, or pleasant morning and welcome to the morning show. These are some of the things that you will be exposed to at this workshop. Another one is, I would have said that. This simply means that I would have said it, but I did not say it. So we're going to be talking about some of those very simple words and terms and phrases that we use on a regular daily basis that are placed incorrectly. We're going to expose what they mean, and we're going to expose how they should be said. When we're speaking about I would have said, some people even say I would have. You can't would have. So, those things we're going to address. We're going to look at the differences in the word advice and advise, which is the correct one. How do you use the word? And there's so many other words and so many other phrases that we use inappropriately out of context with all good intentions, but they're just terribly misplaced and they cause your conversation to have the wrong meaning. They actually distort the meaning of what you're trying to communicate to your audience, and so it is lost, it is ineffective, and has no impact. So you see there, it says it is for leaders. However, if you find yourself in a place where you have to deliver speeches or presentations, whether it's at work, at school, for projects, in your church, in your communities, or even in your daily operations, you are called upon to do some sort of presentation, or you're having a casual conversation with friends and you want to improve your skills, you want to improve the way you speak and present yourself, this one-day online workshop is for you. It is called Frequently Misused Words or Phrases, and I'm sure you can identify some of them that you hear on your daily commute to work, or wherever you go in your daily conversations with your friends, what they actually mean when you say them out of context. And also we're going to talk about how to use them correctly. Yes, what they mean when you say them incorrectly and how to use them correctly, and see how they change the meaning of what you are trying to say. This takes place this afternoon. It's an online course, an online workshop, a one-day online workshop, which will give you a lot of insight, and it costs only $200. If you want to register, you can call or WhatsApp me on 797-9797 for more information. It's 1 hour and a half, so it begins promptly at 6 p.m. and we end at 7:30. When you leave, you will have great insight, and you'll also learn the skills that you need to ensure when you deliver your conversation, it is said in a way that your listener will understand, and even when they do their assessment after, they realize that yes, your speech has improved, you can communicate well, your delivery is excellent, and you have a good command of the correct type of words and phrases that you are supposed to use. And I'm looking on the live stream here, and I'm seeing comments. Raina Allen saying yes, would have is not past tense, and Winston Lee, thank you for saying that this is a very timely workshop. And of course, you still have time to inform persons who you think might be able to benefit from this workshop. I think it's very timely. And I think especially with the platforms that have now been created by social media, a lot of people are taking to social media to express their thoughts, their ideas, and their views. And of course, we want to sound as professional as we can. Of course, there is a place for our colloquial lingo, and I appreciate that. I welcome it wherever we are. But there are also times when we need to speak and present ourselves in this type of way. So I want to encourage all of the viewers who are out there, if you know someone who you think can benefit from this workshop, this is an invitation for them to come on and be a part of this workshop that takes place this evening. It's an online workshop, so they don't have to be in the physical space. Once you send me a WhatsApp to say, hey, I'm interested, I will send you the details, or you can check on my Facebook page. My personal page is A.N. Combi on Facebook, and my professional page is ANC Communications. You can check there on Facebook for the flyer details and also for registration information as well. Click the link to register, and then I will send you all the details in terms of how you can pay and how you can log in to participate in this very informative workshop. So I'm looking forward to seeing many of you there this evening for that opportunity for us to engage. It's going to be very engaging. It's not going to be me reading off a book for you or me just speaking or lecturing to you, but we're going to have conversations as I I invite participants to bring in their own words and phrases that they hear, that they have challenges with, that irks them, and we can go through them together and decipher what is the correct way to use these words and phrases. Thank you so much for this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. We have to go for a short break. And when we go to the break, we ask you, of course, to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Making Style Tobago. On Sunday, March 3rd, the Shore Park Cultural Complex will be transformed into an exotic oasis of glamour, beauty, and Caribbean high fashion as Coco Velvet International presents the grand finale. Miss Tobago 2024 Beauty Pageant. 9 delegates representing Speyside, Charlottesville, Golden Lane, Mount Grace, Newgrange, Patience Hill, Bonaccord, Moriah, and Plymouth will compete for the title Miss Tobago 2024 and earn the right to represent Tobago at the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP section $100 on sale now at the following ticket outlets: the box office at Shore Park Complex, the front desk at Comfort Inn and Suites, Ted Arthur Leather Collection at James Park, Scarborough. Making Style Tobago an evening of Caribbean high fashion, beauty, and glamour, presented courtesy the Tobago House of Assembly, Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport, Tobago Updates Television, Comfort Inn and Suites, Viola's, Tobago Library Services, Tobago Cosmetics, Let's Shine Limited, Penny Savers, Tobago Bloom Garden Center, Eye for Design Flower Shop, and the Office of the Prime Minister's Sport and Culture Fund. Visit the Facebook event page, Making Style 2014, to view the delegates' portfolios and call Making Style Tobago hotline for more info at 620-2316.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kambi, and I want to thank you for staying with us right throughout this morning's program. Thank you so much for engaging with us on our social media platforms. Thank you so much for your comments, for your likes, for your shares, for all of the encouragement that you bring to us. This is where we end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, but we do not end our programming here. We're going to go on over to Tobago Notes and then to GMT with Candice Jackson. So we ask that you stay with us, and as you stay with us, we ask for you to share the live, share the live, share the live. See you next time.
Of 2012, the Community Social Services Unit, under the then Division of Health and Social Services, was formed. 10 years later, and this unit has a lot to boast about, both on and off the field. The unit has been actively engaged with providing emergency relief by way of grants to at-risk individuals and families within the society. To celebrate their 10-year anniversary, the Community Social Services Unit paid homage to former Secretary Mrs. Claudia Groom-Duke and her team for their vision in establishing the unit.
The room represents us saying to those who were there and those who paved the way, thank you. You know, I'm sitting at the table and it is actually bringing back such wonderful memories of us working, because a lot of people probably don't realize that when I came back from the United States in 2007, I came into what was the then Division of Health and Social Services. And those two were my bosses after a while. They were. So this is us really, really celebrating the goodness and the glory of people who have done the work, people who have set the foundation, people who have said, you know what, this is what the island needs and this is what we are going to do because this is what the island needs. And I want to thank you. I want to thank both of you from the bottom of my heart for the foundation that you all set within the division. And as I said before, it is now making the job that I do so much easier because of that foundation.
Mrs. Duke expressed her gratitude for being honored in this way, and she applauded the team's efforts in continuing the work of the Community Social Services Unit.
This has been a surprise, really a surprise. I did receive the invitation, and I wasn't sure what would happen this evening, right? And you have brought me to tears. And I really want to thank you, as Dr. Faith said, from the bottom of her heart and bottom of my heart. I want to thank you. I really want to thank God and thank each and every one of you, because it was your involvement and what you brought to the table that helped to create this kind of environment that can really help people who are in need.
Also on that night, the employees attached to the unit were acknowledged for their continued dedication over the years.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
In Tobago, Trinidad, and the region, with the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine. I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Fisherfolk, vendors, and shop owners affected by the oil spill will receive grocery vouchers at Shore Park Food Hub starting on March 1st. Chief Secretary Fali Augustine announced this relief, stating that 110 businessmen, which includes fishermen from Lambo and Scarborough, are experiencing disruptions in their incomes. The decision was made following Tuesday's meeting with affected individuals. More assistance will be offered. However, Augustine stated that it is an attempt to sustain the business community in the interim, while the search continues for the persons or entities responsible for the oil spill. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said the oil spill is attracting regional attention. He reported that the spill, its damage to the environment, and its impact on Tobago's economy were discussed at the recently concluded Heads of CARICOM conference in Guyana. While the whereabouts of the Solo Creed, the vessel believed to be towing the Gulf Stream barge before it capsized, remain unknown, Dr. Rowley claimed to have received information that the cargo was headed to Guyana. He, however, clarified that Guyana has no liability for lost cargo on the high seas. The focus is now on identifying the entity responsible for transporting the cargo and determining any existing liabilities. And finally, the Movement for Social Justice strongly opposes the proposed electricity hike by the Regulated Industries Commission. MSJ's leader, David Abdullah, suggested an alternative integrated power generation into Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, TNTEC, saving over $250 million annually. Abdullah warns the increase will burden the working class and vows to collect physical signatures for their Don't Leave Us in the Dark petition. He criticizes the Minister of Public Utilities, Marvin Gonzalez, and deems the property tax for residential homes unfair, advocating for taxing multi-million-dollar commercial properties instead. MJ plans to regroup on March 4th. And that was the news in 90 seconds. But before we get into anything for this morning, let's go for a quick break.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Tobago on Tobago Updates, and of course viewers, now we are here at Tobago Updates continuing to very closely follow what's going on with the oil spill and the cleanup efforts, and there's a whole lot. And even though, you know, sometimes that we could pass through Scarborough and we breathe a sigh of relief that the shorelines is not as bad as it was a few weeks ago, there's still quite a lot of work to be done, and that was one of the main things that came out of the recent update that we had yesterday evening by Chief Secretary Fali Augustine as well as the Director of TEMA, Mr. Alan Stewart. And if you missed any of that, well, we're going to go into that right now. So have a look.
Guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
Abroad. Good evening to Tobagonians who have been paying attention to what's happening on our beautiful island, and of course we must also extend special good evening to our Trinidadian family who are also here and supporting us through this crisis that we have. This is our first press briefing in about a week. We last met last week when we did a tour of all the affected areas and looked at the strategies being used in the cleanup efforts. And today we want to bring you up to speed with where we are at. I'll ask Director Stewart to begin by indicating to us all, giving us an update, giving you an update rather, so that we will, and then we'll take it from there in terms of your questions. So we'll have an update in terms of what has happened thus far for the week, where we are at, and then I will come in on the back end with some projections for the upcoming week. So across to you, Director Stewart.
A very good evening to all. The Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and wherever you may be in support of this, to the reach of this broadcast. As Director of the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, I consider it a very humble privilege to address you on these matters going forward as to where we are in this response to this national, what it can be described as a national disaster. To date, we have seen the areas that I will want to talk about has to do with those critical areas. And I think in most persons' mind, it lends itself to areas along the 15 kilometers of impacted areas on the southeastern end of the island, stretching all the way down to the southwest. We continue to see the resurgence of hydrocarbons affecting certain pockets that are troubling us in terms of the location of those pockets along the rugged edges of and the harsh area of the Atlantic Ocean. These areas are just lower Scarborough and also in the Lambo area, where you have what can be described as short cliffs that are posing a challenge in terms of getting hydrocarbons out of that area. As a result of that, we have seen an extension up to the last 24 hours where the schools in those areas were impacted and remain closed. What we would have done based on the assessment following very organized meetings held with the stakeholders, we were able to see the sanitization and the deep cleaning of the schools, removing droplets or the impact of flames of hydrocarbon that were seemingly causing a problem, even if the air quality showed that we were at zero in terms of how the air quality itself. But notwithstanding that, I think we did the responsible thing based on complaints of persons having itching eyes, itchy throats, being in some cases affected as a result of their own health conditions, the inability to cope with the scent. So the two schools in questions were that of the Scarborough Secondary School and also the Lambo Anglican School. We continue to see international help coming our way. Last time we spoke about other areas of the international body reaching out to us to grant assistance. We welcome the donations of some persons, even in their private spaces, the business community assisting as well. And probably I should take it at this time to really thank those volunteers who have been working assiduously in order to make this thing really happen on the ground. As it relates to volunteerism, the volunteering of assets such as PPEs has become one of the things that we cannot continue to say that we are at a stage where we could say we have enough. We want to make that appeal that we are asking our needs list in the areas of PPEs, even things like water and detergents, to allow for the cleaning of these PPEs and maintaining these emergency responders, oil emergency responders. We are making an appeal to the public to lend its support to us as our needs drive goes out to the public, you out there. And that needs list will be published this evening. So I would like you to use this medium to transmit that to the rest, the wider range of the island and also national who wants to assist as well. Then we can move on to the assets that we see coming into the space, such as TNT salvage, which is everybody's concern as to what is happening with the vessel itself. Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries have in fact engaged the services of TNT salvage, and they're working with some of the partners on the ground together with some of the other players to ensure that we bring this all that relates to this vessel under a sense of control, which will mean doing the hydrographic survey that was done, the tapping on the vessel, making inroads to do the necessaries to begin the process of extracting the contents of the vessel, and also to mitigate against the widened spread of the hydrocarbon that is now have entered into other territories. It is said that this has spread over 800 kilometers. To give you an idea what that looks like, from the top of the center of Barbados to the bottom of the south of Trinidad is actually 400 kilometers, so to speak. So that it gives you an idea what 800 kilometers looks like. Containment continued to be a major work that we are doing, trying to protect the sensitive areas across the island, such as those on the Caribbean seaside, such as Tobago, Pigeon Point, and these places of interest. Another important area is that of waste management. As an island, we have, based on the international support that we are getting from various quarters, we are advised very strongly to look at our waste management plan, and we intend doing that. I know there are discussions that are taking place even as early as this evening towards going forward with that and to make sure that that plan works going forward. At this time, I would like to pause and allow for the Chief to make his input.
Thank you very much, Director Stewart. Just some additional bits of information. I wish to let you know that earlier this week, on Tuesday morning, a team led by myself, including the Deputy Chief Secretary, the Secretary for Food Security, the Assistant Secretary in that division, and the area representative for Lambo, we met with the fisher folk and stakeholders from the Lambo and the Scarborough area, and we have begun the conversation about relief efforts to those that are affected. Notice quite carefully that I'm using the term relief and not compensation. Compensation will suggest that the THA did something wrong and we are now compensating for that. That's not what's happening here. What we are doing is that we are providing some element of relief for those that are affected and working out what that would be, and ensuring that we give support to the industry, or rather the industries that are so affected. We have not just the fisher folk, we have some in the tourism sector that are affected. And just today we have begun looking at and analyzing the impact on the restaurants in that area, from the area around the Cemetery Street and along that Wilson Road, that Wilson Road extension, yes, or the Old Road as we call it informally. There are about 1 or 2 restaurants along that stretch as well. So we are actively looking at what's the impact on them. But we met with the fisher folk, we met with the fish vendors, those that buy the daily catch and resell it, and we met with those with small parlors and tuck shops in the area that also had to be closed because of the effect on the beach in Lambo, and also those impacted in the Scarborough area as well. On Friday this week, meaning the day after tomorrow, we will begin those relief efforts, and those relief efforts will begin with vouchers allowing the affected individuals to be able to go to the supermarket and to make groceries themselves. That relief effort is a precursor to the other relief efforts that will come. At this point, we are still calculating and analyzing what the loss and the damage rather is. So we have asked the fisher folk and those affected to quantify the damages, to quantify what they lost, and we have able staff from the Division of Food Security who is doing helping to do that assessment, so that we know that we get honest reports and that it lines up with what is real and not what is made up, so to speak, because we are aware that these crises tend to bring opportunities for some individuals. So we are doing the due diligence. But we begin those relief efforts on Friday morning. And more than likely, there will be a press conference sometime thereafter on Friday morning. You will be notified of the time by tomorrow. We are asking that for those affected, that you are to walk with some form of identification, whether it's your national ID, your fisherman ID, or your fisherman license or pass, as you call it, but walk with some form of photo identification for that process. We will announce the time. We will let you be aware of the time, and we can begin to get some relief efforts to you. The truth is, these individuals have had their industry impacted for over 2 weeks, since the 7th. It's inching towards a month, and certainly they have needs that must be met. They have families that they must take care of, and so we want to begin to provide some support, even as we try to calculate and figure out what's the real cost to their enterprise. Secondly, school is reopened at Scarborough Secondary and Lambo Anglican, as you are aware, and TEMA did put out those results to show what the air quality tests have been. And the truth is, the air quality test has been consistent since last week in terms of their readings. I want to do a quick analysis, which is to say that there isn't always correlation between smells and toxicity. So you can have, for example, a bread that is poisonous but smells good.
On Tobago updates and viewers. Well, yes, you just heard a little bit from the press conference yesterday evening. Follow update on what's been happening with the oil spill cleanup and all the interventions that need to be made. And of course, if you want more information, you could always visit our pages to see the rest of that. But in the meantime, now I'm going to take my attention to my guest for this morning, and that is Mr. Andrew John Smith, and he is a bespoke tailor. And he is owner of Precision Cut Tailoring. So a special good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning to you, Candice. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
All right. So now you are a tailor. And first of all, tell me about what attracted you to being a tailor.
Well, this journey all started when I was 14 years of age. Mm-hmm. And as I shared in previous interviews, my mom had this old Singer sewing machine, and she would, because she's involved in some sewing as well, right, but not on a large scale. And I would have been, just playing around with the machine, tearing up clothes, sewing it back together and stuff like that. And, I realized that I had a natural ability or a liking for sewing, fashion and design. So, that's where it all started at age 14, right in my mother's living room on an old Singer sewing machine.
Nice. And then, of course, that grew into you having your own business where you make suits for Chief Secretary and Senator Lawrence Hislop and others.
Yeah, correct.
Tell me about that.
Well, so if I should follow up from where the journey started, there was a process that I had to go through in terms of me finding someone to help me, of course, enhance the natural ability and not depending only on what I know, what I think I know. Right, so upon, pursuing this person to help me enhance the natural ability, that in itself was a difficult task, but, I never give up. I, continued knocking on doors until one day I was given the opportunity to only sit and observe, no questions asked. And so most of what I know today, it would have been I learned from observation. And all this, led up to me meeting up with Fali Augustine, even before he became Chief Secretary. Also, Ansel Dennis, I knew also before he became Chief Secretary. And, they are both my clients. And upon, Fali and Ansel Dennis, wearing my suits, other people saw them and reached out to me, Senator Lawrence Hislop being one of those persons. And then when I made a couple suits for Senator Lawrence Hislop, and he went to Trinidad with these suits, and then other senators in the parliament saw them and reached out to me as well. So, it was a kind of chain reaction from Ansel to Fali to Senator Lawrence Hislop. I have many other clients. I did work for Secretary Orlando Kerr, Secretary Zia Hackett, Assistant Secretary, Orlando Kerr, and also Dr. Faith, and I have a few other clients in the assembly as well.
And that's wonderful. But you're not just making suits for people, but you're also wanting to share your knowledge with others within the space. So tell me about that.
So back in 2015 or late 2014, I would have been employed with the Tobago Regional Health Authority. And, upon being there, I would have been doing my sewing on the side, but also knowing that I need to do something much more than just the sewing and, being employed with the government. I felt like, there was something more that I needed to do. And I took the risk of, resigning the government job, of course, with a plan and purpose that I'm going to pursue my tailoring career. And not only pursue the tailoring career, but one thing that I know for sure that I wanted to do was also share the knowledge. In fact, I could remember just before I resigned, a co-worker asked me, well, what are you going to do? What is the plan? I said, well, one thing I know for sure is that I'm going to pursue my tailoring career, and I want training or sharing the knowledge or having a tailoring school to be a very big part of the plan. And it took me a couple of years, before I actually started the training. In fact, this training program actually kicked off in the pandemic in 2021. And, it was a plan that I always had on the table. But because I do custom work, I'm always, filling client orders and never having the time to work on this training program. And, with the set of lockdowns and stuff like that, I just, focused my attention into building the training program. And, I had it up and running in 2021. And so far, I would have trained approximately 18 to 20 persons, right? 4 of those 20 persons would have done jacket coat making, and the others would have done some dressmaking, pants and stuff like that.
And you're wanting to expand that training now?
Well, yes, we are continuing with a second cycle. So we covered the one before, and we are now heading into the second cycle, which promises to be great.
And tell me what, like, just give us I'm seeing the flyer a little bit, but just give us some details of what we can expect in these training sessions.
Okay, well, first of all, these training sessions are not for beginners, right? You must have some kind of, some level of experience, some foreknowledge on tailoring. So we want to kick off this year with jacket making, right? That's the longest course and the most time-consuming course. And then we will flow into pants, waistcoat, and then shirt making. But it's not a whole course. Everything is broken up. So the jacket is one by itself, pants is one by itself, and so on. Right. So if you want to do the jacket and you're not interested in doing pants and waistcoat, then you could just fall out after you do the jacket. Or if your desire is to continue, then you're free to do so.
And then what was the outcome of those who passed through some of your courses before?
Well, it was really, really good. Excellent. So I know that two of the persons who did the jacket course, they are now, making jackets for clients, all in Trinidad, in Tobago. And those who did the pants making, I mean, most persons came into the class to learn for themselves. And there were very few that, just wanted to enhance, to provide a better quality for clients. Right, and so I could say, safely say that everybody who participated in the class have the quality in their work. There's big changes. A bigger clientele. Some people even resigned their job and went into sewing full time. So it was really good.
And so it's almost as if you are sparking a little bit of a tailoring industry here in Tobago as well.
Well, of course, yeah. Now, there are good tailors in Tobago, right? But, from the different studies that I've done, British tailoring, American, some Chinese, I could say that the knowledge was handed down. But, there's always room for improvement, and I'm trying to kind of work on that so that, we will continue with, this level of tailoring, but, we could take it up a notch, we could go to higher levels. So I'm more, focused on sharing this knowledge to raise the level of tailoring in Tobago to a higher level.
What do you like most about tailoring?
Well, I have a passion for it, right? Buying a flat piece of fabric and taking that flat piece of fabric and giving it shape, form, dimension, and creating, a beautiful garment, wrapping around the silhouette of a person. It's just satisfying, to see when they finish a piece of garment and you drape it on the mannequin. Sometimes I just sit and admire it for a while, look to see where you can make improvements, look to see what you could do differently next time. So the whole process of making the suit, from talking with the client, from going to the fabric store to purchase the fabric, from the pattern drafting, construction, and the finished product, seeing the satisfied smile of a customer, that's worth much more than money. So the whole process of making a suit, the whole thing is enjoyable.
Certainly, and I think he brought some of your suits.
Yes,
today. I think we're going to get some look at them. So tell me about this piece.
Okay, so this one is a single-breasted jacket with a peak lapel and pocket flaps. It's a nice light green, and if you look at the tie, you would see the tie have some hints of green in it as well, but also some contrasting colors.
To make it pop.
Yes, to make it pop. And if you notice the shape of the garment, the cut, the nipped waistline, how well the sleeves drape, how smooth the shoulders are, all this is what we would be teaching in the training program.
All right, and so yeah, and how can people get connected with the training program? How can they get in contact with you?
Well, you could contact me directly on my cell phone. My contact number is 491-6219. That's 491-6219. Or you could reach out to me on Instagram at Andrew John Smith. You could message me through the page directly. My email and everything is on the page. So once you go to the page on Facebook or Instagram, you could connect with me from there. The flyers are on the page, right? Or you could just call me direct for more details.
And of course, we're still seeing some more. And was that ladies?
No, that's men. That's men. It's a trench coat. That's what they call it.
Right. So, and of course, this is not just tailoring mostly deals with male wear, but of course we know that there's some women involved in it as well.
Of course, tailoring is not just male wear, right? Tailoring, it involves male and female clothing. Right, so a female could be a tailor because tailoring is just a trade, like anything else, like mechanics or carpentry. It's a trade. A man could be a seamstress as well because there's a certain type of work that a seamstress does. So it's a trade, right? There's no gender. It's not gender bias. It's a trade. So male and female falls under any bracket.
Certainly. And you definitely do have another knowledge to share. So viewers, if you are interested, if you know anybody who is interested in improving their tailoring skills or even just becoming a tailor themselves, well, you can get connected with Mr. Smith and he can assist you. So, yeah, and just before we go, just the contacts again, to how they can get connected with the next cycle of your training, the tailoring class?
Yes, so anybody who is interested in falling in the second cycle, you could contact me at 491-6219. Right, that's 491-6219. Or you could just go to my page on Instagram, type in Andrew John Smith, and you would see all the flyers and information on trainings right there on the page. You could email me because my email address is also on the Instagram page. You could also call me direct and we could have a one-on-one conversation if there's anything that anybody is not clear about.
Great. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mr. John Smith, for being on with us and for sharing your passion and ensuring that we can have a greater culture of tailoring here in Tobago.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. All right, well, viewers, we're going to go for a quick break and we'll be right back right after this.
So wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong and the vibes is never.
Making Style Tobago. On Sunday, March 3rd, the Shore Park Cultural Complex will be transformed into an exotic oasis of glamour, beauty, and Caribbean high fashion as Coco Velvet International presents the grand finale. Miss Tobago 2024 Beauty Pageant. 9 delegates representing Speyside, Charlottesville, Golden Lane, Mount Grace, Newgrange, Patience Hill, Bonaccord, Moriah, and Plymouth will compete for the title Miss Tobago 2024 and earn the right to represent Tobago at the Miss World Trinidad and Tobago pageant. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP section $100 on sale now at the following ticket outlets: the box office at Shore Park Complex, the front desk at Comfort Inn and Suites, Ted Arthur Leather Collection at James Park, Scarborough. Making Style Tobago an evening of Caribbean high fashion, beauty, and glamour, presented courtesy the Tobago House of Assembly, Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport, Tobago Updates Television, Comfort Inn and Suites, Viola's, Tobago Library Services, Tobago Cosmetics, Let's Shine Limited, Penny Savers, Tobago Bloom Garden Center, Eye for Design Flower Shop, and the Office of the Prime Minister Sport and Culture Fund. Visit the Facebook event page, Making Style 2014, to view the delegates' portfolios and call Making Style Tobago hotline for more info at 620-2316.
technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the sky.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, we are now turning our attention to one of our young persons that is out there taking his brand of comedy out to the country, and that is in Trinidad. And we're talking about Mr. Shaquille Sylvester, Mr. Storytime, because he is planning a very special event in Trinidad this weekend. So good morning and welcome to you, Shaquille. How are you doing?
Hi, morning. Hello.
Yes. All right, great to hear you. So now you are taking Storytime to Trinidad this weekend. Tell me about that.
So, you could repeat that, please. I didn't hear that before.
Okay, so Shaquille, you are taking Storytime to Trinidad this weekend. Tell me about that.
We're actually here. Storytime happens this weekend. I decided to, throw out the whole Storytime thing again after doing it about 6 years ago in a different form. And to be honest, a lot of people on my social media, in the comment section, have been asking to bring it to Trinidad. You need to have a show. First, they start saying you need to have a book, then you need to have a movie, then you need to have a show. I think the easiest thing to do at the moment is a show and give them that. So they pan out, so I beat it down Trinidad at the moment.
All right, so we're going on March 2nd, which is on Saturday. You're going to be at the Center of Excellence. What can be expected there?
You could expect a crazy show. Something like no other, something young, something fresh, something a little different from what comedy show is really about. Apart from comedy, this is storytelling. So it have a little twisted. And the people should be just coming out to get something that I really don't want to talk much about, but I want to give them something that is new. And apart from me telling stories, just like what you're seeing right here, I used to do every episode. I've done 24 episodes in a car in the same space. Now I get to add more character on the stage. You get to see more of me. After them never saw me before, so this is something that's going to be a change.
And taking this show on the stage, especially in Trinidad, what does that mean for you and your brand?
It means a lot. It means a lot because, to be honest, I didn't see anything last year that this is going to be happening this year. I didn't see it at all. So it's new. There's a lot I'm still wrapping my head around because it's happening fast. The reception here is different. People have given me a lot of love since I've been here. So that's what's happening at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So which means that we're going to see a lot more of these shows happening in Trinidad as well.
Yeah, apart from Trinidad, not just Trinidad, but I have a heavy reception in Guyana, Grenada, and in the US. So I think that's my next move.
All right. And, tell me about your journey so far, over the last few years. What has it been like for you?
A lot of blows. A lot of blows. You understand? A lot of lessons. A lot of things I didn't expect. And to be honest, a lot of the blows that happen to me mean that a lot of the bad things that happen is actually glad it happened, because it was basically sending me this direction all the time. It was taking me away from what I wanted to do and sending me to what I needed to do. So Storytime has taken so many transition in past few years, especially in the last year. And to see now that like a lot of people keep telling me, do stand-up comedy, do this, do that. And I wasn't seeing it. I wasn't seeing myself on a stage making people laugh. I know it's here. So to be honest, it's still mind-blowing to me that Storytime has taken so much transition in life to here right now going and do my first show in 2 days.
And why do you love this art form so much? And what encouraged you to, take comedy out there on the world stage, to start to make your videos, and even to do a show like this?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first part of the question.
What inspired you, or why what attracted you to doing comedy on a stage like this?
My villagers, my neighbors, people from Mariah, you understand? Because this what I'm doing on TikTok right now is something I've been doing for years. Sitting with my friends and them, in the village every night, almost every night, you understand? Because we gather there almost every night and just tell stories. I basically tell them stories almost every night. And they keep telling me, yo, Shaquille, you could tell a story, but I don't really understand it. I just thought it was Jones until I started to receive the comments and stuff in the after posting the content. So basically that it came from the villagers, to be honest, to have me here right now. So it's them.
And so after Storytime show is finished on Saturday, what's next? What next can we expect from you?
You could expect a next show for sure after seeing how this one goes. So far, it's going very well. Still, reality hasn't hit me as yet, you understand? But after this show, for sure you're going to see many other shows.
All right, great. So, and just one, as we're getting ready to wrap this interview, could you just tell viewers, where they need to be on Saturday and how they can get tickets and that sort of thing?
Right, on Saturday, it's the full Storytime show and after party. And to get tickets, you can message any of the Storytime platforms, either on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, and you will get locations to get tickets and more information. Apart from Facebook already has the information out there, and Instagram have it as well. TikTok is made different, so you may have to message or what's not. You might have to watch the flyer that's on the page.
All right, great. I want to thank you so much. And then, of course, best of luck on your show on Saturday. We're very excited to see what comes out of it and what comes out afterwards as well. And what's next for Storytime.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, great. Thank you so much. And viewers, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was certainly a pleasure being with you. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.
The energy filled the sky.